those of you who haven't joined me before on the mat, and it's great to have everyone along with me today. So we are carrying on our sort of introduction, our basic fundamentals of Pilates, and today we're going to have a little play with some of the traditional core exercises. So we're just going to do 3 exercises to focus on those core muscles, and then we're done. So we are going to have a little warm-up just to get the spine and things working. So just find a comfortable position to stand in. Anywhere, doesn't matter, even if you're on the mat, doesn't matter. We're going to bring our feet underneath our hips. Just try and stand nice and tall. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll around, just make sure we're not hulking them up towards the ears, letting any tension go. Close your eyes, bring your hands into the bottom of your ribcage and take 5 big breaths in. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're just trying to fill the whole of the ribcage. Those 5 breaths, take your hands down, bring your fingers so they are just underneath your belly. You can open your eyes if you want, and as you breathe out, see if you can squeeze your belly button back in towards your spine and just feel those muscles that are running across the front of your hips, your transverse abdominis muscles working. So these are the ones we're talking about when we're trying to get our core muscles and our deep core muscles working. And then we have our 6-pack muscles over the top. They are there, trust me. So when we say about drawing in with our core, we're going to squeeze our belly in and feel those deep muscles working. So we're breathing in. As you breathe out, take the chin down. We're going to have a little go at our roll down. We did this last week when we had our basic Pilates to get the spine moving, and we're going to just roll down through the spine. Try and get each vertebrae moving. Take a bend in the knees. Bring the hands down towards the floor. Breathe in at the bottom. And then as you breathe out, squeeze the belly button in towards your spine, tuck the tailbone under, roll up through the back. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out, take the chin down, start to roll down again towards the floor. Take that little bend in the knees. Maybe you don't feel like you don't need to take quite as big a bend this time. Bring the fingers towards the mat, breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze the belly in, tuck the tailbone under, so we're just rolling that pelvis back around towards the floor. Curl all the way up. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out, take the chin down, roll down again. So seeing how much you need to bend the knees, maybe it's just a tiny little bend, maybe you still need quite a big bend. It doesn't matter, go where you work where you can. And then breathe out, squeeze that belly button back in towards the spine. So it's almost like you're using those stomach muscles to help tuck the tailbone under and push the back up as you stack up to the crown of the head. We're just going to go for one more. Take the chin down, roll down towards the floor. Maybe you're coming all the way down with straight knees this time. Breathe in at the bottom, little bend in the knees, squeezing that belly in as you round all the way back up. Breath in at the top. And then we're going to take the chin down, roll on towards the floor, just to bring our hands down towards the mat so that we can bend the knees and come into our tabletop position. That keeps getting in the way. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, and we're going to go through our cat stretch. So this rounds and arches the back. So as you breathe out, squeeze those tummy muscles in again. Use it to push the back up, tuck your chin in. And then as you breathe in, let those tummy muscles go, press the front of your chest towards the floor. So you feel a little arch in the lower back. Doesn't matter how big an arch it is, it's only meant to be small here. We're going to breathe out round, squeeze the belly in. So we're using those core muscles, warming them up, ready, pushing the back up. Breathe in, arch the other way. Breathe out, round up. Breathe in, arch. We're going to do one more in each direction. So breathe out, that belly squeezes in, we push the back up, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin in, and then breathe in, move back the other way. Come back into the middle.
Just drop your hips back towards the floor as you swing your feet round, and we're going to come to lie down on the mat or on your towel or whatever it is that you are using on the floor. So think about that movement we've just done in our cat stretch where we arched and rounded with the lower back. So see if you can do that a couple of times. Just experiment with where your back feels on the floor, because as we work through our tummy muscle exercises now, what we don't want to do is be having a big arch in the back, because that then takes the emphasis away from the tummy muscles because they're starting to stretch, and we're engaging with those muscles in the lower back and the arch, and then suddenly these little back muscles are working to move our arms and legs, which is what we're going to be doing, and we're not going to be working our tummy muscles quite as well. So breathe out. See if you can find that point where we're not arching. Maybe you're starting to think about being somewhere in the middle. In Pilates, they like to call it your neutral spine. Or perhaps just allowing a very little gentle dip towards the floor, so we know we're going to look after those muscles in the back. Squeeze that belly in, so you start to push your spine in towards the floor, and then just take your right heel up and your right toe up off the floor. We breathe out, straighten the leg away from us, and start to take it down towards the floor. Don't worry if it doesn't want to come all the way down. Breathe in, lift it up, bend the knee, bring it back over the hip. So if that feels okay, think about using the left arm. So breathe out, push the right toes away, take the left arm up and back. And then breathe in, bring the left arm back by your side, pull the right knee back over the hips. We're going to do that one more time. Push the right foot away, take the left arm up and back. Again, don't worry if they don't want to come all the way to the floor, and then come back into the middle. Take the right leg down. So this is what we call our one leg stretch. We're going to try that on the left leg. So take the left heel up, left toes up. Breathe out, push the left toes away and lower to the floor. Breathe in, come back up. Pull the knee back over the hip. So again, same thing, bring the arm in if that feels okay. Listen to the body. If that bringing the arm in starts to arch the back, or it just feels all a little bit too much, just stick to working with the legs. So keep squeezing that belly button in. Don't forget to use your stomach muscles. Those deep core ones are going to support the six-pack muscles on the top. And then take the left leg down. Okay, so we're going to breathe out. Take the right heel up, right toes up. You might feel then you like to dip your lower back a little bit. That's okay. Take the left heel and the left toes up. And then we're going to experiment. Breathe out, take your right leg away, take your left arm up and back. Only if you've been using the arm. Breathe in, come back in. Now if that all felt too much, just take your left foot down towards the floor, and we're going to do one more with the right leg. Open it out through the arm and the leg, breathe in, come back in. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing with the left leg. So see if maybe you can bring the right leg back up, so you've got both legs lifted. Breathe out, push the left leg away. Take the arm back. Breathe in, come back in. Now you know if it's too much because you'll feel things straining and pulling. Maybe the lower back's overworking. We don't want that. So drop that right foot to the floor, push the left foot away, take the right arm back. Breathe in, come back in, and then take the left foot back down towards the floor. So that's an introduction to our one leg stretch. So our next option is going to be our scissors. So we're just going to take a little hug on the knees for a moment. And with one leg stretch, it's just always about using the opposite arm of the leg to lengthen out through the body, which is where the stretch comes in, but obviously we're using those abdominal muscles for supporting and controlling the movement. Relax your shoulders, breathe out. Squeeze that belly in. Think about making sure there's not that big arch in the lower back, and we're going to take the right heel up away from the floor. Flex the right foot. As you breathe out, tap the right heel down towards the floor. See how far it wants to come down. Breathe in, lift it. So all we do is breathe out, tap. Breathe in, lift. If you want to get a little bit more adventurous, we can start to straighten the leg out. Now if your hamstrings are a bit tight and it doesn't straighten all the way up to the ceiling, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be working a little bit harder. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Fab. Take that right leg down towards the floor. Take the left heel and toes up. Just make sure we're not arching with the back. Keep squeezing the belly button in towards the floor. Breathe out, tap the left heel down. Breathe in, lift. Fab. So breathe out, tap. Breathe in, lift. Again, you've got that option of straightening the leg out, taking the left leg all the way to the floor. breathe and lift. So you might find as you work that little bit harder and you start to straighten, maybe things don't want to come as far towards the floor. Again, it doesn't matter, as you build it up, things get that little bit easier. We start to take things down towards the floor. Okay, bend that left knee. See if you can press that lower back into the floor a little bit harder. Take the right heel up and the right toes up. We're going to try and work with both legs lifted. If it's too much, remember you just drop your left foot down towards the floor before we swap sides. So breathe out, tap the right heel down. Breathe in, lift. If it's too much, just take that left foot towards the floor as we carry on working with the right leg. If you're going to feel more adventurous again, take that right leg down. With it straight, breathe in, lift. Bend the right knee again, and then see if you can breathe out, tap the left heel down. Breathe in, lift. We're going to get that little bit more adventurous. Take the left heel all the way down, maybe with it straight. Breathe in, lift. And then bend that knee. Okay. We're just going to then work on alternating the legs. Oh, it gets a little bit more challenging all the time. So breathe out. Let the chin rest, the head rest on the floor. Take the heel down, right heel down. Lift it as you bring the left heel down towards the floor. If you know it's too much to work with both legs lifted, just go for one more to either side with the other foot on the mat. So breathe out, take the right foot down. Breathe in, swap. And then bring both knees up. Take the feet down towards the floor and give yourself a big stretch out from fingers to toes. Oh, see if you can feel those tummy muscles stretching. And then relax the hands down by your side, bend your knees. So our last one we're going to work with is our 100. So basically it's called 100 because we breathe in and out and we count to our 100. I'm going to think about the counting. So all you've got to do is work with the arms and the legs. So we're going to breathe out again. Just make sure we haven't lifted that lower back up off the floor and squeeze the belly in towards the spine. Just take the right heel up off the floor and then just see if you can take the left heel up off the floor. Both arms are going to lift just a little way up off the mat, so you've got your palms looking up towards the ceiling, and we start to think about our breathing again. Breathe out. So we're going to take some big breaths in, and some big breaths out. If you're feeling good here, see if you can take those right toes up off the floor. So we're just trying to not let the back arch up off the floor and keep squeezing our belly button in towards the mat. So take the right foot down, swap sides, take the left foot up, keep that right heel lifted. Okay, take the left foot down, bring the right foot back up. Then see if maybe you can bring your left heel up, left toes up to join it. If it's too much, remember you just take the left foot back down towards the floor. And then we're going to tap the right foot down. And then take the left foot down. Have a big stretch out, and we're going to open our arms then out to the side, bend the knees. Breathe out. Roll your knees around to the right. Take a little look with the head to the left. So we're just giving our tummy muscles a little stretch out as we have a twist, and then bring the knees into the middle. Roll the knees the other way. Stretch out through the other side of the stomach muscles. Maybe feeling a nice little stretch in the back and the shoulders while you're here. And then bring the knees back into the middle. Just let your hands come onto your belly, close your eyes, and we're going to take 3 big breaths in. And out. Maybe noticing as you breathe how those core muscles, those tummy muscles feel now. Noticing if your body feels a little warmer. Those 3 breaths. Let your knees roll around to the side. Maybe you're coming around onto that left side as you push yourself up to sitting. If you want to stay longer on the floor, by all means stay longer on the floor. Maybe you want to just lay there a little bit longer, but otherwise we're all coming up to sitting. Relax your shoulders. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up, and then breathe out. Let the arms relax back down. Good, well done. So I hope you found just a little bit of work, a little bit of effort coming into those tummy muscles, those stomach muscles. If it felt easy, then great, fab. You know that you can push on a little bit harder, but if maybe it was a little bit of a challenge, just keep coming back to this video, building yourself up, and then when you're feeling ready, you know you can make that little step up and try again to find a little bit more challenge in some of the other videos, the other work that we've got. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If there's any questions or comments, make sure you leave them below and I'll do my best to answer your little questions and queries. Otherwise, keep subscribing to the channel so that we can keep up to date on all the latest videos. Okay, take care.